Hey, who is the authority in your life? That's a question that I ask you. Maybe you can answer it, but now I challenge you. Try to answer this question. Who is the authority in your life? In a general way, every time. Now I challenge you to say out loud, I am the only authority. There is no other authority. I am the only authority. And maybe you're going to feel good with that. Maybe not that much. And I challenge you to say that aloud, when you're on your own, obviously, even in your mind if there are people around you. But when you don't really feel at ease in your life, when you feel, in a bad mood or when something is wrong, just say that to yourself and see how you react. I realized that I wasn't feeling that good when I was saying that, at least sometimes. I had kind of bad feelings because it's like, oh, who are you right? You can say that, things like that. Things like, okay, you're not allowed to say that at all. Don't say that. Shh. Things like that, and it's completely crazy because obviously, yeah, I am the authority in my life. That's just me, nobody takes control on me, and obviously there are some kinds of authorities in life, but my boss in the framework of my job, a policeman in the framework of the laws and things like that. But in my life, you know what I mean. It's just me, obviously. So it's a sentence in which I totally agree with, but my feelings, for some reason, disagree. And why that? Obviously, because something I realized a long time ago that there's no kind of frontier between your childhood, where obviously you are the authority, but there are a strong authority of your parents, of your teachers, of adults, a lot of people. And at some point you become an adult, and little by little, but at some point you don't have all those kinds of authorities. There's disappear. You're just an adult, and okay, and you make your own life as you want. But there's no frontier, and I would say in the background you still keep all those memories that you have to make do with a lot of authorities around you. You have to agree with all of those authorities. You have to you have to obey to a lot of authorities, and there's no frontier in which at one time you realize that, okay, now all that is just, it was from my childhood, and it's no longer real. Even if you know it intellectually, you still feel the things that you're not allowed to do, that you are disobeying if you're doing certain things, if you're saying certain things, and that stays as memories. And just to realize it intellectually is not enough. So I think that explains a lot of things, why certain things makes you feel ill at ease. And so I realized that saying that out loud, well, sometimes I can really feel very ill at ease when I say, okay, I am the only authority, and that's it. So if for this reason, or for, by saying things aloud, so sometimes it can really trigger some kinds of feelings, and you can realize that you're not, even if you agree with all that fully mentally, there is something within you that is not okay with that, not yet, at least. So at this time, what I do and what I propose you to do is to, in a way, kind of split, what you decide mentally with all your awareness and what you feel. And if you realize that the feelings have really no reasons to be there, then you can decide to focus on what you think. Obviously, you have to fully agree with that, because you're going to feel all those bad feelings, bad emotions, that you're kind of disobeying, kind of doing something you're not allowed to do. And then you can make a choice. You have to make a choice. Either you want to continue with those emotions, and then you will, they act like walls that you cannot pass. Or you can decide, okay, I don't want those walls anymore. They have no reasons to be there, and I decide. And then you make the choice to decide that you focus on something else. In this case, I have been focusing on the words I was saying, you know, just almost seeing the words in my mind. When I say, okay, I am the authority, I'm the only one authority, there's no one else. And I focus in my mind, really in my mind, because then you don't feel the emotions in your mind. I don't know if you realize that. You don't feel the emotions. You can focus on what you think in your mind, and in your, you know, in your head, I mean, in your head. The emotions, you feel them in your body, and then make the difference. That's what I choose consciously. That's what I feel. What I feel is based on past memories. And if I choose not to nurture them anymore, they're going to disappear. They're going to lose their inertia. So just make the choice. And even if you feel a lot of emotions, you always have the power to say, yeah, but I choose that. And let the emotions come like they want. You know, it's just a natural reaction. But if you focus on that instead of that, you know, the problem is that a lot of time we consider that our emotions are our reality, and it's just a subjective, very subjective reality, and we have a choice to make. So if you don't want this reality anymore, just focus on something else and let these emotions come and lose their inertia, and repeat that as much as you want. The inertia is going to you know, to disappear, and you're not fighting against your emotions, you're just letting them be while you are focusing on something else. And that's very powerful. I really encourage you to try that if you want. That's, I really think, the key to mastering your life, not living through your past memories, through your emotions, but by really choosing consciously, even if you feel ill at ease at some point. It's just that. There's nothing more than that, and it's going to disappear little by little anyway. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Don't hesitate to tell me what you think of that, if you've already experienced those kinds of things, if you've tried to say aloud that you are the only authority there is at several times, you know, during your day, even when you already feel ill at ease, to say that, what, you know, to see what the reactions you have, and to see if you can just change that with the choice you make. Let me know that, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye bye.